Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tira 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. And in this video, I wanted to explore a topic I'm curious about, and some of you might be also. And I try not to use the cards on a specific question that may be video content worthy until I'm recording. So I'm curious to see what we're going to find about this. Now, I am talking about a post. Now, there's more than one by the letter 17 that's mentioned 10 Days of Darkness. Let me show you one such post. Okay. Back on December 6, 2017 was the mention of 10 Days of Darkness. And 17 was asked, the 10 Days of Darkness, when? And the only answer given by 17 was shutdown. Well, there's been a lot of speculation in the years since then. What shutdown are they talking about? Is it a specific corporation? Is it a media blackout? Is it a lockdown situation that's global? What is it? Well, I was reading a discussion board that had a interesting aspect that I hadn't thought of. That the United States corporation, which is bankrupt, is pushing the can down the road by raising the debt ceiling and trying to avoid a shutdown. At some point, that's not going to, they're going to have to stop kicking the can. They're going to run out of road. It's inevitable. And personally, I wish it would happen sooner, not later, because I think that'll herald a whole lot of really great changes once we're on the other side of that. But anyway, there is, if our government shuts down and it's an extended shutdown here in the US, that's when the military can legally step in during the shutdown. When the military steps in, military courts can legally convene and handle judicial matters. Now, if you're aware of what's going on in the United States, our courts, from the bottom to the top, are just a literal mess, and justice is a joke. That's all there is to it. So, but I do have more faith in the criminal justice system. And part of that is from my enlistment. I was associated with the JAG unit, and court martials are a fairly efficient way to get some of that justice that we're so short on in this world. So it made me think, is it possible that the 10 Days of Darkness and the answer that 17 gave us that was that that would be the shutdown. Is it a government shutdown? Or is it the more standard, what we've always thought was some kind of a media shutdown, you know, as things recalibrated and some transparency and honesty was initiated in our broadcasting systems. So let's ask the cards. Our respectful question to the universe is going to be, 17 answered the question about when the 10 Days of Darkness would happen with the one word, shutdown. Does the shutdown refer to a government one when the US finally has to shut down because it's run out of money and can't raise the debt ceiling anymore? Or does it refer to media? Or is it another reason entirely? Let's see what the universe has to say. So the shutdown that initiates the 10 Days of Darkness, according to 17 posts, does this refer to a government shutdown, a financial shutdown, a media shutdown, and other insights and information as the universe decrees? Let's find out. Our first card is the Hermit. And then the Three of Cups. Knight of Wands. Page of Pentacles, the Sun, Six of Swords, Page of Wands. Okay, I have to tell you that I was thinking that if it was going to be the answer to our question about when will the 10 days of darkness occur that's mentioned in 17 posts, I assumed if it was because of a government shutdown, which would be based on our horrible fiat dollar situation, we would have lots of pentacles showing up. We only have one showing up. And I said to myself, well, if it has to do with the media, there's going to be lots of swords because swords are the written and spoken word. And we only have one card about the media with the swords here. So let's look at what we do have, okay? Now our question is indicated by the Hermit. And the Hermit always indicates wise energy, for me, often divine energy. And however your lens accepts that, whether it's truly divine by our source, our living creator, off-world, some combination of that. What we're being told is this event is truly planned, and it's been planned beyond the human realm when it rolls out. However, when this does, we're going to be, it's going to be a happy event, And here's what I was getting from this. It's kind of interesting. In the recent past, we have the Knight of Wands, okay? Wands, this is one of my lesser white hat cards, okay? And when he shows up, the Knight of Wands, he's out for an adventure. He's reckless a little bit. He takes guidance well, so he can usually be trusted, but lots of energy here. So we're getting a lot of energy in this one because and emotions coming forward in the present. We have the Page of Pentacles showing up, and yes, well, that's an earth sign, so it's usually real things, whether it is the real estate, financial system, what have you. With the page showing up, he's about a financial opportunity, okay? So at the end of those 10 days of darkness, we are going to be in a better place of financially, but that's not the main part of this. What I'm getting from this, when we look forward, what we have here front and center is a major arcana, which means it's not going to be shifted or moved around very well. It's pretty well set in stone. So when that 10 days of darkness happens, and it's in the future, it's going to involve the sun. And so, to my surprise, what I'm getting from this, it looks like we're going to be looking at a solar event. The flare, the flash that people have talked about. Now, granted, we have coronal mass ejections that happen all the time. And we know that solar activity is never just a static thing. I'm not going to say here that it's one huge event or not, but what it is when it happens, it's going to be an event that causes a lot of happiness, not cognitive dissonance, not fear and anxiety. It's going to come. So I think what's going to happen is when we have that solar flare event, that coronal mass ejections do tend to interfere with electronics. So I think it's going to be related to solar activity more than a government shutdown because of the budget, or a media blackout that's initiated by the white hats. It's going to be a more organic type of thing that does it with involving the sun. When it does, again, we're being told, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. We have the Six of Swords, which is always about protecting innocent life and going to a better place than the troubled past. So it's going to take us to a new place, financially, physically, celestially, in all sorts of ways. Okay. So we have the Page of Wands, which is lesser as far as the advice and clarification goes. And he is a card of optimism and discovery. And again, enthusiasm. So we have a lot of adventure and enthusiasm going on. We're being reassured that whatever is planned has been planned beyond the human realm or with off-world divine assistance. That the event is not going to be one that is fearful. for many of us, but one that's joyful and takes us to a whole new plane of existence. Knight of Pentacles is showing up here, good stability card, just reassuring us that when these changes happen, they're for the good, and it doesn't mean that chaos is going to ensue, not in any way, shape, or form. And then we have the Three of Wands, and he is always looking out at, he's starting off on a new journey, a new path, okay? But he can clearly see where he wants to go. He can see where he's at, he can see where he wants to go. So let's recap. The universe was asked, when 17 has referenced 10 days of darkness and said it would happen after a shutdown, we were asking to clarify what that shutdown might look like. And it looks like the shutdown is going to be related to a celestial type of event. That's going to interfere with the electronics and what have you for 10 days. When we come out on the other side of that, though, we're going to be in a really good place. I look forward to it. I hope you do too. If and when, I'm not even going to say if, because I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when on our timeline it happens. When it happens, I hope you do like I was reading a friend of mine. She said she's got her beach chair ready and she's going to sip and just stare at the sky and watch it all unfold. And I think that's a fabulous plan. So if events are surprising, that's one thing, but let's greet them with curiosity and just a good attitude, because our attitude and our outlook shape our reality. And if our living creator has gone to a lot of effort to get us to a better place, and we can help by having a great attitude about it, let's do it. Think about taking a toddler into a store. It's so much easier when the toddler is well behaved, holds your hand, and is excited about seeing what's on the other side of those doors. And that same toddler, if he needs a nap or a new diaper or what have you, can be a nightmare. Let's not be nightmares. We're leaving a nightmare. And let's see what's coming our way, because it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be exciting, and we are a part of it. I can't wait. Okay, well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time, your attention. And thank you also from my furry co-host, Chloe. I don't know if you heard her a second ago, but she chimed in. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you listened and gave me a little of your precious time. I do appreciate it. Until next time, love and light.